4.1, organizing data into matrices. So this whole chapter is about matrices or matrices. A matrix is a rectangular array, or array is kind of like a chart, of numbers written in brackets. Matrices, that's the plural, are represented with a capital letter and are classified by dimension. Dimension is the number of rows by the number of columns. So for this, we're going to write the dimension of these matrices. So A, we'd count the number of rows, right? Rows are left to right like this. Columns are up and down like that. So there are 2 rows, so 2 by, and then 1, 2, 3 columns. So this is a 2 by 3 matrix. Number B, or part B, whatever we want to call it. We have rows. This is a 1 by, and then it has 2 columns, so 1 by 2. C is a 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Remember, it's rows and then columns, or you could think vertical and then horizontal. An element is a piece of the matrix, right? So this one uses a lowercase letter. So like we'll call this matrix A. So matrix A equals that. The element right here is little a, or lowercase a, in row 1, column 2. So that's how we could talk about one little piece of it. So row 1 is this row, or here I'll use orange. This row. Column 2 is this row. They overlap at 2. So we could say A, 1, 2 is 2. Right? Again, the row goes first. All right. We're supposed to describe each element using its position in matrix B. Right? So there are 9 different elements in this matrix. Remember that we do, this will be little b, and then it'll be row, and then column. All right, to help us remember. Let's do the first row first. I'll change to, maybe we'll do black. The first row, so that's going to be this row here, first column is equal to 5. B1, 2, that's the first row, the second column is a 4. And then lastly, B1, 3 is 7. B2, 1, meaning row 2, column 1 is pi. B2, 2 is 3. B2, 3 is 10. B3, 1 is 100. B3, 2 is 9. And B3, 3 is E. Right? So this is how we could describe each individual element. And an element is a piece, or one of the things inside of our matrix. Right? Lastly, we have display the data below with types of work in the rows. Right? The types of work is this vertical. Well, we want them to be kind of swapped to be in the rows. And there's going to be a homework problem that's similar to this. It's kind of worded a little bit weird, I think, and I just wanted to show us how to do this. So we want them to be rows. So I'm going to kind of draw this out as a chart. We have weeding, and then mowing, and pruning. And that's going to be our vertical. And then our names are going to go across. So Anna, Rob, and Carla. Right. And what we're expected to do here is you kind of flip the chart in a way. So Anna weeding is $20. Anna mowing is 40. Anna pruning is 0. Rob weeding is 12, and then 35 and 40. And then Carla weeding is 15, mowing is 55, and then pruning is 70. All right. Now there will be a homework problem that's similar to that. Let me see if I have the actual wording to it. It'll say something like, I think number 7 says, with unemployment in the columns. So you need to make sure that that goes into the columns. Yeah. The homework is going to ask you about the elements, like what we did in here. It's going to ask you about a specific element in a matrix, and then it'll ask you about some charts that are similar to this one, where you have to make your chart, and then it'll ask you about some elements within it, right? And just a refresher, this here, or just a reminder, this is a 3 by 3 matrix, right? Because it has 3 in both sides. You could also think of it as a square matrix. So that's all. Good luck with the homework, and let me know if you have any questions.